Merry Christmas to me. Well, my LCS is still alive somehow, despite everything in the world conspiring to try to kill any sort of social space of, or small store, or sanity. So I decided that with the little bit of money my job gave me for Christmas, I'm going to spend it. I'm fully aware that all the hype for Zendikar Rising is gone. It's all Commander Legends this and the gear up to Kaldheim. But I've been wanting to crack one of these ever since they came out. I've watched a handful of videos online by some shifty person. Opened them up. I'm like, I wanted to get something like this. So I buy the crack packs because it's fun and for my collection. And I know a lot of people will tell you that you should buy singles. The problem is that when you want so many singles out of a set, the point, all you can do is crack packs. Like, there's so many commons and uncommons that I want as well as rares that even with the price kind of getting beaten down by the collector stuff, volume-wise, it still makes sense for an obsessive hoarder like me. Anyway, let's open this first. An obsessive hoarder like me to open this stuff by the box. It's still so much more fun. And survey says no damage. Flooded Strand. That's a fetch. It's not a Scalding Tarn, but it's a fetch. There's a sleeve here. Let's put you in something. You're going to go straight into trade. I am just not a fan of fetch lands. Just not. When you don't play competitive, there's a lot of stuff you're not interested in. That I will trade that to one of my friends, guaranteed. Art card. Ooh, on that. I'm half tempted to buy a whole bunch of art cards of like a couple of the basic land because they look cool, and then just use them as basic land, just cause. I gotta remember how everything fits in here. So you get a land, you get some commons, you get a potential for a blob of uncommons. Here's some more extra commons, a garbage rare, and a foil. And the mini game construct open. Never quite understood the mini games. Each player opens a pack and makes 4 face-down piles of 3 cards. Infinite. Yeah, okay, sure. Yep, I'm positive that's gonna happen. You're gonna plunk down to draft this stuff, and then I don't know, a trash box. Yes, I do. So, ooh, Anissa. Actually, that's kind of cool. I think I only got one of her. Was that an actual Nisa, or is that... I'll have to check. Land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 uncommons right off the hop. Wow, okay. And, alternate art ox. 6 uncommons. That's... For someone that's buying stuff for... You only need so many commons, right? Like, you really only need so many. But then after a while, there's all the uncommons you need. Is that... See, these will be... I think these would make great, like, basic lands in your deck. They're... You know they're a basic land in the set. That's, it's not that mountain, but it's a mountain. So you had 40 of them. Or, well, not... I say 40 of them. Enough to fill out the land slot, the basic slots in the deck. I think it would look pretty cool. And all of the Skyclaves, and a common. And a junk card. And you're going to ask, what are you doing? Why are you wasting time like this, Gav? This year has been such an absolute dumpster fire for absolutely everybody. Ooh, that's a Jace. That's an actual... That's the actual Jace, isn't it? That's the actual... Anyway, yeah, looks cool. My eyes. Full of planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That, common. Double rares, but they're not very good. Oh no, I needed one of these. I thought that was the other angel. When it enters the battlefield, you may reveal a card you own named this from outside the game and put it in your hand. So you would have, in a multiplayer game, in a casual commander game, I play this, and I'm going to go get all of my other angels. I swear, sometimes they don't think, they don't realize just how horrible of people the average player is. That's some legendary merfolk cards. That's an awful lot of black and blue in that pack. Ox, Assault, Ancient Greed. I don't think I had one of him. Did I? No, I didn't have one of him yet. That's cool. And from the list, Bone Horde. I have a bunch of you. But that's kind of okay, because you're a neat card. 5/7, you may play lands from your graveyard. If a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of something you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So, not only is it a 6 casting cost, 5/7. This isn't a bad body for 6 mana. It is a Crucible of Worlds / Run a Map Excavator. That's that freaky Demon Legend guy. Common. Cinderclasm thingy. But, Nimble Trap Finder. Soul of the Wild's power and toughness equal to lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So, all your other creatures are forests, which count as lands. Which makes it bigger. It's not tokens, though, which bites, because you can mass produce tokens. Tokens are the easiest things to mass produce. You can make that creature immense. 1, 2, 3, 4. That. Another Ancient Green. Well, that's good. I had none. Now I have 2. I'm oddly okay with this. That. Cards. And cards. And cards. And a Soul Shatter, which I don't like. And a Golgari Thug. Pretty sure I have a bunch of you. You're an Uncom? I don't know where to put you. Because I'm going to sort all this stuff out, and I'm going to have one Golgari Thug lying around. So, okay, we're going to put you over here. And we're going to put this Bone Horde on top of you, so I don't have to look at you. What's up next? That's a swamp token. That's a swamp picture. And cards. Lot of commons, uncommon. Foil Zendikar, junk tip. 4/4 costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party, which will never matter. A 6 casting cost, 4/4 flying Death Touch haste. Your other creatures have Death Touch. When a creature you control deals combat to a Planeswalker, destroy it. I've got one of these guys already. He's in my frickin' Edgar Markov. That's a Pathway. My Edgar Markov zombie deck. Zombie. I am baked after work today. Vampire deck. He does some nice heavy lifting when he shows up, because everything else gets really scary. Uncommon. I still think this fledgling, this should have been the actual artwork of this card than the regular one. If I run into one, I will show you the difference. It's absolutely terrible. Magmatic Channeler. I don't care what you do. Do I have a Fearless Griffin in here? Still words, numbers, stuff. Ox. I don't have a whole lot of white in here at all. Oh, it's an uncommon. Derp. I doubt I have one. I don't think I've pulled one yet. Fearless, there we are. Fearless Footman. And I want to tell you, which of these cards look better? If you say this one, you're lying. That card is objectively horrible artwork. This is a much nicer card. That's on the floor somewhere, and it's going to stay there. It's what you get for being bad artwork. That's Eki Lineslinger. Why are these? I get they made them in landscape mode so they would look nicer. Like, I get that that's in that way, but when they come this way, you can use them as a proxy for the actual card. I guess technically you could, because they're swinging. She's swinging from lines. You could use that as like your commander picture. Land, common, uncommon, common. But nope, you're that. A Shuriken of all the weird cards. A card from Kamikawa block. That's funny. Inscription of Insight. Not a fan. Not a real fan. It's modal. It's got stuff it can do. Not really a fan. Cards. Another Nimble Trap Finder. Can't be blocked if you had another cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard enter the battlefield this turn, so that's situational. Beginning of combat on your turn, you have a full party. Creatures you control gain whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So, if you played one of those, he's unblockable, and you'll get a card. Odds are, none of the other stuff will be. That's some kind of Bailoff. We're pulling all kinds of foil land today. It's good. I have a friend who trades for foils. He'll be rather happy with this. Kazandu Mammoth, unhappy. Unhappy right now. Stop the boat. I want to get off. Really? For real? You couldn't be a rare I wanted. Why? Why are you this to me, game? Why do you hurt me so? I spent all this money for you. This is how you treat me. That's Nahiri. Go using a Planeswalker proxy. Cards. Ooh, a Forsaken Monument and a Skyclave. What? Okay, that makes up for the last pack. Chemist's. Wow. Frickin' Return of the Son of Return of Ravnica. Card that it's terrible. Oh, okay, that's actually cool. I wanted both of these cards. I have one of these. It's a foil. I had to trade for it. 5 casting cost artifact. Your colorless creatures get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a permanent for a colorless, get another colorless. You cast a colorless spell, gain 2 life. I have an Eldrazi deck that's going to get this. The issue is there's not a lot of colorless tapping mana in there. I don't want to put my foil one in that deck. I still got to work on it. And Skyclave Relic is cool. 3 casting cost. It's a freaking Darksteel Ingot. Comes into play tapped. Okay. Oh no, wait. The copies do. So you pay an extra 3. So you pay 3, you get a Darksteel Ingot. I play ingots anyway. You pay another 3, you get 2 copies that come into play tapped. And they're indestructible, and they make one of any color. And that's cool, because I only have 2 of these now. Somehow, for some reason, I keep hitting rares I don't want. That's a Pathway, a land. Common, uncommon, common, Glasspool Mimic. I thought this guy was neat. He comes into play as a copy of a creature you control, except as a shapeshifter rogue for the types. I have a deck that is all copy cards, or as many copy cards as I could. The problem is they work best when I can target my other people's stuff. If I have nothing into play, I can't play this guy. Relic Robber. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, they make a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block, and at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature does no damage to you. So if you hit someone, they get this lump they don't want to have, which is okay. They can still attack with it. And I have friends who play things that pump up all their stuff. It's a neat card. I don't like being beat to death by the not kobolds I've given somebody. There's an actual copy token. Oh, hey, I finally got one with a... Unfortunately, it's a terrible card. I got a signature one, and the card itself is not one that's of interest. Journey to Oblivion. Cards. Another Skyclave Relic. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. It's a good card. I want it. I want more. The rest of these packs could be Skyclave relics. I'd be okay. Another core. Commons, uncommons, 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 commons, commons, a flip land, Wisens, a Wisen Send from, that's not Lorwyn, that's, what is it? The second one that I can't remember the name of the set. All the street. Here you are. Have a Kithkin in a set that contains no other Kithkin. That's awesome. Hey, look, I got the construct for the foil dude there. Just in case. Just in case. That is... that guy's got fungus problems. Cards. Feed the Swarm. This is a common I need more of. Black and 1 sorcery. Distort target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. Lose life equal to its converted mana cost. If you're playing black and not green or white, you have next to no ability to kill enchantments off, save killing the other player. Spot removal that's out of color pie is always welcome. No, base camp. Oh no, I put a base camp in the wrong spot. That's unfortunate. That would be the Swarm, a Nighthawk Scavenger, and a fancy Valakut Exploration. It's a neat card. I've got it, which one is it in? The Dwarf, where all your red damage does most. Because the cards that I'm not using, that's a land. The cards that I don't get to use that turn do damage. Just extra damage. Provide pathway. Hey, okay, that's what that guy was, a Swarm Shambler. Zero Brightblade. And an Illusion. 2. Swarm Shambler is a neat card. I think I've only got a couple of them. That's the... Hey, I know you. I just got one of you, didn't I? Yeah, it's a Scavenger. Why couldn't you be in Portrait instead of Landscape? I could play you that way. Wizards, why are you like this? Land. Commons. Uncommons. Commons. Oh, hey. Who are you? Oh, you're an insect token. So the Cleric, the Demon Cleric is cool. They've got him in a black-white Cleric deck. Foil. It's like the baby brother of the Avenger of Zendikar. So he's a 6 casting cost, 5/5. Comes into play, you get a 0/1 plant token for each basic land you control. Which is unfortunate, because if you're playing landfall decks, you don't tend to go with a lot of basic land. You want cards that do something. You have this land in play that, well, it doesn't tap your mana, it's kind of dull. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 counters on target plant you control. So instead of pumping up all your plants, he just does the 1. That's a pathway. That's land. Cards. And cards. And... ooh, and a Marius Call. One sec. Create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until your next turn. So if you have 7 mana, you can make a pair of angels. All your stuff is indestructible until your next turn. So you can whip out a board sweeper. You'll kill your angels, but you'll kill everything else. That said, Plague Wind is an actual card. Cards. Wow, that's 5 black cards in a row. Draft that one. Master of Winds and a foil. Ah, it's a foil regular Dreadworm. Give me the other version. It's so much nicer. Master of Winds comes into play. Draw 2, discard 1. Whenever you cast an instant, sorcery, or wizard, you may have him become a... you can flip his power toughness around. Which is okay in limited. It's okay in draft. I got beat up a bit by one because I couldn't find a way to kill it. Taking 4 to the face every time someone played something that triggered it really kind of bit. The problem is when it's your turn, it's a 1/4. So all the stuff that does like -1, -1 doesn't do anything to it. I think that's a pathway? I can't tell. Land. Commons. Da-da. Oh, hello, Jace. And a foil. And a just straight up garbage chip card. On to inversion. Destroy all non-land permanents. Or it's a land. So I got a Jace. That's cool. Because I think I only had one Jace before. And I don't think it was that frame. These lands, however, these rare lands, I got a Mammoth that turns into a land that taps for green. So you can either play this for 8, or you can play it like that, and it makes 1 white, and comes into play tapped, and it doesn't do anything else. It's not doesn't have a land type. I think they missed an opportunity to give these all a land type of some kind. Like that turns into Sky Ruins. Where are you? That turns into a Valley. I think they really missed an opportunity to give them a land type, which would give you another reason to play them face down. Like a land type that interacted with other land types. I could say Locust, because everyone needs more cloud posts in their life. That. Cards. War Leader. Cards. Another Nighthawk Scavenger, which I'm okay with. It's a card I like. And a Me Boy Changeling. I don't even play you in my regular Shapeshifter deck. Don't even play you like that. Really nice card. 4 black cards in a row. Some okay green and red. Wow. The blue player. Wow. The guy drafting blue got utterly hosed this time. And I mean completely hosed. What do we get? Ooh, a Felidar Retreat. I had to trade for a bunch of these because I never got any. I was playing a landfall deck with fancy ass Omnath back here. And I didn't have one of these. Because you play a land, and cards like Fertilid get a counter. So you can go for a land, and he'll get a counter, and you can just sit there and dig a bunch of the basic land out of your deck on someone else until someone gets mad at what you're doing. It kills them. Oh yeah, we found all the blue and white cards, and some red, and some that, and a Skyclave Shade. So it's normally a black and 1 for a 3/1. Can't block. If you pay 3 more mana, comes into play with 2+1 counter. So you have a 5/3 that can't block. It's kind of like a Juggernaut. Landfall. If this is in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard. I got one of these in limited. And holy wow, did the other person hate it. So the guy got a 5/3, attack. Okay, it died. Can't play a land. But my 5/3 is back. Unless you can find some way to like completely eliminate it, or just have enough stuff to chump, it's going to stick around and be an absolute pain. More blue-black. Carver, that, Nectopod, Common, another man. I've seen this pack already. So that's 2 Mammoths and with 3 Inscription of Insight. Come on! There's so many cards in this set. So many cards. You could give me a Nahiri. Give me more cards that I want. That. Confusion. A Drake. When it comes into play, draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if they had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, return a land they control. They return a land to his hand. So your opponent is literally stuck on 1 land per turn. Rather, that's 1 land per everyone's turn. So if you can find a way to sneak land into play on someone else's turn, you're okay. But if you're going to try to dump a bunch of land out, you're in for a bad time. That's Pathway. Another one of them. Relic Golem Base Camp. Dreadworm. Well, Lotus Cobra. It's always a nice one to get. I don't have... No, this will be actually the only Lotus Cobra I will have. Because I traded all my other ones off from original Zendikar. Because people wanted them more than I did. Put it that way. So that. More commons. Uncommons. Baloth. Highborn Vampire. 7 casting cost, 6/6 hexproof haste. That's frightening. If it was kicked, it comes into play as a 10/10 hexproof haste, which should do a fair amount of stomping. Like, okay, granted, you need 10 mana to do it, but that 10 is going to come out. The hexproof helps a lot. He's not going to get nuked the moment he shows up. Oh, so what do we get here? I think I wanted a Jace the most. Actually, I wanted a Nahiri and a Nisa would have been nice too, but oh well. You don't always get what you want. Have a monument in here? I seem to recall being happy I pulled a second. Oh, yeah, relic. Okay. So that's cards I wanted. Foils, uncommon, bunch commons, that guy, which I already have one of. That guy who's worth nothing, that's a piece of junk. And that's it. So I pulled 3 foil rares? For real? Not all that. Huh. Well, poopy. Not even 3 good rolls. Regardless, this was it's a Christmas gift to myself. So it's a gift you give yourself is always allowed to suck. Remember that. Still, that's it. I do like the collector box idea. I do like the collector boosters. If they do them for Kaldheim, I'm going to try to get at least one. I know my LCS is getting Kaldheim. I'm going to get a couple boxes of that. It looks pretty cool. And hopefully... Oh yeah, I got Triplicate Spirits. Hooray! Supposed to be there. Supposed to be there. My other rare was a Bonehorn. Lol. Anyway, I'll see you again when Kaldheim comes out in the future.